Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Indoor Farmer. It is Monday night, March 3rd, 2025. This is episode 174 of the Indoor Farmer. 8:30 Central Time every Monday night. We do this. We are going to play a little intro so I can get some time to hit that like button and share it out. If you could help me out with that, I appreciate it. You might be catching the replay. If you do, let me know what you think of the show, and I will respond to those comments and down below. So let's go. We're going to play this intro. Too much rhyming. Let's go, everybody. Let's grow. What do you know? Let's go.
Cozy corner of the city, where the Wi-Fi's strong and bright, lives a man named Waylon, with his green thumb at his mic. He's not your typical farmer, no fields, no barn, no plow. His farm's indoors, his harvest shared on the airwaves now. Waylon the indoor farmer, with his podcast every night. He's sowing seeds of knowledge, making our world a little more bright. From Sunday through to Thursday, his voice is on the line, bringing folks together, making learning so divine. On Sunday, games are rolling at 5:30 they start. The Indoor Farmers Game Night, where laughter plays a part. Monday brings his story, how he learned to farm and grow. The Indoor Farmer shares his journey, making it a show. With every episode, a chapter of his life, teaching us to live more green, reducing all our strife. Waylon the indoor farmer, with his podcast every night. He's sowing seeds of knowledge, making our world a little more bright. From Sunday through to Thursday, his voice is on the line, bringing folks together, making learning so divine. Tuesdays for the reviews of people, places, things. Waylon's got the scoop, from artisans to local wings. Wednesday we grow Wednesday, where the mind expands, discussing food and farming with experts from the lands. He's not just growing plants, but communities as well. Through his microphone he casts a spell. Thursday, people in the boxes, where stories intertwine, with guests from all walks sharing what they've seen. Each podcast is a seed planted in our mind. Waylon's cultivation of culture and of kind. Waylon the indoor farmer, with this podcast every night. He's sowing seeds of knowledge, making our world a little more bright. From Sunday through to Thursday, his voice is on the line, bringing folks together, making learning so divine. So if you're feeling lonely or need a touch of green, tune into Waylon's podcast, where the urban farms the scene. He's not just farming indoors, he's harvesting our thoughts. Waylon the indoor farmer, connecting all the dots. He's not just growing indoors, he's harvesting our thoughts. Waylon the indoor farmer, connecting all the dots. In a cold
All right. What's up, everybody? Hello. It's Monday night once again. The Indoor Farmer. It is 174 episodes. That's more than 174 weeks, with the weeks off and early, with a few hiccups in the early shows. it's been a long ride. It's been a wild ride from where I started to where I am. I got to feel like that I've made some progress. Obviously, I know a heck of a lot more than I did, but there's so much more to go. I think it's a never ending learning cycle, right? There's no, graduation day. Like there might be there might be in the sense that you can go and learn horticulture and become a graduate, right? But that's just a stepping off point, right? So this show is all about showing you guys what I've learned so far, but also to promote anyone else out there who's trying to learn, and the people out there who know things, already have the knowledge, growing, sustainable lifestyle, all these things, to get that out there, to help get that out there. And I found a lot of people over on X, and we still have a big, good sized group of friends over on Facebook. And I think we're coming together now online to connect over some things that are more important than just, you know, the garbage that's out there. So it's starting to look pretty, positive in that respect, with all these different groups growing, building up, groups all over X where they're like tagging a whole list of like homesteaders and farmers and stuff every day. I'm getting in on these tags, and it's kind of cool, just to see this sort of community built up. Anyway, this has been a good day, and it's been a good weekend. So shouts out to the game night winners. We had a pretty awesome game night yesterday. Congrats to Michelle, the Destroyer Paris, once again taking it home, taking the victory, taking like, I don't know, two or three more prizes than what the other teams got. But shouts out to the other teams. Rose came up to play. Thank you, Rose, and Bean Dongo. Thank you again, Bean Dongo, for coming to play. It was fun. It was a good time, and we actually got done on almost record time. I think we've had shorter games, but very few times where we got in and out that quickly. Yeah, it was a good one. We gave away a lot of stuff. I have a few like odds and ends to finish taking care of, but make sure that you guys ask me if you want to know how many indoor farmer coupons that you have, and you want to earn coupons, you want to earn prizes from the wheel, and all sorts of other things that we do, the perks, the hash and dash immunities, all that stuff. You want to go and subscribe down here. You see underneath my name. Where's my? I go this way. Right down here, it says where to subscribe. They're at theindoorfarmer.locals.com. So tonight I've got a bunch of pictures to show you guys. Some interesting things happening down here at Maccabees Live Market. Finally getting to some projects that I've been meaning to get to. It's Things are moving. Things are moving. I feel like the weather is starting to break, and it's a lot nicer out, but it's not 100%, no jacket weather yet. But it's also been very motivating. I don't know, how about you guys? Comment below. Have you been motivated now that the weather's starting to get nicer? I was really like, I was stuck in this sort of hibernation mode. And it's not because I wanted to just be curled up somewhere. It was like this literal tiredness that you feel. And humans do have a hibernation sort of cycle, but it's not, obviously we don't sleep for weeks at a time. We do get sort of a longer sleep area of the year, portion of the year. I don't know if I'm saying that weird, but we could get this exact wording on it. Uh, Caught a lot of fish today, Adam. That's awesome, man. Congrats. What's up, Kayla? Jamie, Amy, Vicky. Hello, Sheena. Hello, everybody. Appreciate you coming in. If you could help me out, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you think we do a good job, and there's something worth the time, the entertainment value, or the educational portion of the show, let me know. Hitting that like button, hitting that hashtag WTIF, and if you haven't subscribed, go think about subscribing, because you're gonna actually be happy that you did, and you're gonna come up off of it, versus, like, you get back more than you pay. I guess that's what I should say. How come these don't want to combine. That's strange. Okay. Anyway, we're going to pull this up. We're going to pull up this week's progress report, if you will. Let's see, 4609. That's the one. That's the one. Okay. One moment, please. Got some water here. We're going to do a little water test. In fact, we will. This is what we're going to do. We're going to pull it up, but then we're going to do we're going to test our water anyway. Hope everybody had a good weekend. If I didn't see you on game night or at game night, spent the weekend with my son. I had some nice days, actually, pretty nice days. Let's see. Okay, so what is going on there? Oh, I see. Thanks, Butter. James, thank you. Yeah, shouts out over to the Rumble and the X and the Kick. All three of those are my I don't know, saving grace, my diversification, if you will. All right, we're going to play some tunes here. I do have some new music I played last night. I didn't play all of it. We're going to try to grab some more of that later on. Let me turn this down a little bit. And enjoy. I got a bunch of pictures and video of what I did, and it's actually some cool stuff. I think I got some stuff done finally. It's gonna be not that. Okay, so we're gonna just put it up like this for now until I get this done. Get this test strip and check our pH levels again. It's actually been really nice. I'm going to have to add a little bit more of the mineral. Oh, you know what? I want to put a glove on. Running low on gloves. Uh-oh. If I wasn't going right back to the computer and stuff, I probably wouldn't mind just going to wash my hands, but all right. I don't want to be afraid to get it down in there. You know what I'm saying? Get it in there. Actually, here, let's zoom this out so you can see what I'm doing. Possibly. My name tag's a little bit in the way. There we go. Oh yeah, guys. It's been a wild ride up to now, but it's time to crack the proverbial whip and get my butt in gear, you know? Okay, so pH is looking pretty good. Actually looks a little bit low almost. About 6.5, maybe close to 6.5 to 7. I like it. That's good. So 2 things. I'm feeding less often. I'll skip a day, feeding the fish, skip a day. And the other thing is I added 2 big chunks of driftwood, and that is supposed to help to equalize pH. It's really doing a phenomenal job. I haven't had to add any pH down. This is better. This is lower pH than I've seen from adding pH down all week long. This is awesome. Let's see, alkalinity. Alkalinity is still looking pretty good. I don't need to add any baking soda. Of course, we don't have any copper or iron, but everything else looks good. You know, the copper and iron levels are a bit of a problem. I need to figure that problem out, but one problem at a time, I guess. Right? And I did bring, I brought the materials for this tray here to do a little tray, I guess. I don't know if you call it planting. I mean, yeah, filling a tray. I mean, I got this bag of organic cocoa, organic they call it, cocoa core. So we're gonna do that a little bit later, before we're done. And just to let you guys know, especially those that are subscribed already on Locals, after the show, we're going to be doing a little after. We'll do an after show over on Locals. We've been doing that, and we can listen to more real music. You guys can take requests, and we can watch YouTube videos. We can do whatever we want because we're behind the private paywall. So I suggest and I encourage you to join over there, and we will have some fun doing like watch parties and stuff like that. Okay, so check out this picture here. What's up, Kenny? Hello. What's up, Daryl? Kristen, hello. Wait a minute, what happened? Oh, okay, I clicked. So last week I cut down 3 different broccoli stalks, giant broccoli, these stalks here, and then I chopped off all the broccoli branches. This was like a pretty big one. There was a couple big ones in there. And so I also ran this hose. I ran a small pump, the 100 PSI, I guess it is. Not PSI, it's, well, maybe. I'm not sure what I'll have to look at the box. I don't want to be incorrect. But yeah, the 100. Anyway, so it's a small pump, and it really barely gets water up to this table. If I raise this hose up into the air, if I lift it up into the air, it'll stop pumping. It's just kind of funny. This little hose here, and I can take it just about anywhere around the table and feed water to it. Now, that's only one step. I'm not done yet. I want to take this hose and I want to kind of curl it through the table and put holes in the hose. I'd have to get a bigger pump in order for that to work, but put small, like tiny holes, like just drip holes, and then hopefully the water would get all the way to the end. That's my idea. So we'll see what happens. But look at all that broccoli. Looks like, man, I'm never going to get rid of that. Well, I successfully buried it. You're going to see that here coming up. And here's my 2 clones that Red 6 gave me. The one clone just, I guess clones, once in a while, they have, they just can fail. Like this one was doing well, and then it just stopped uptaking, stopped using any water, like the soil. I got the soil out of this grow pot a little bit later in this episode. You'll see that, but I actually had some worms in there. It was still pretty wet soil inside that pot, so the drainage wasn't great. Well, no, I guess the soil is really absorbs a lot of water. That soil does. Anyway, my Jezebel is looking wonderful. She's loving life. I have to get her out of this room though. She needs more real light. Or not real light. She needs real light, but we need a bigger space for her with a light dedicated so that I can flip. I'm gonna have to trim up from underneath there. I'm gonna do some trimming. I'm gonna do a couple more tops. I'm gonna top her a couple more times. Try to bush it out a little bit more. Get some of the leaf cycle Versa clips in there. Get some training going on. Oh yeah, I didn't realize I took a video of this part. Cool. What's up, Smashley? Hello, Margaret. Doing well tonight, Kenny. How are you? Yeah, it's so funny how one just took off loving life. I haven't even watered that plant in over a week. She's just loving life. Just loving it. Literally, I haven't given any nutrients, just water from the fish tank and the soil that had nutrients with the transplant. I mean, it might still have some, obviously, but so check this out. This was the corner that I was putting all my scraps, my table scraps, and my plant scraps and stuff like that. But it looks like it got overgrown by radish microgreens. Now, if you don't know what microgreens are, those are basically just radish plants growing. You don't need to know what a radish plant looks like to know that you grow radish, you get radish out of it. But radish plants happen to be microgreens, which means that you can eat them at this size. You can eat these plants at maybe an inch or so longer at most, and that's microgreen, which makes it a lot more packed with nutrients for the volume or for the size, for the weight of each one. They're higher density of nutrients, if you will. But they're sort of growing all over here, so I've been chopping the taller ones as they grow and throwing them into stuff. What I like to do is I like to take the greens from whatever I have growing that I can chop up. So I got some basil, some green onion, some of these little radish microgreens, some broccoli, and I chop it all up kind of finely, and I put it onto a sandwich, like whether or not it had lettuce already on it, like a store-bought hoagie or something like that. And you can put it on top of the lettuce. You add so much flavor and nutrients and all kinds of stuff to that. It's look, I get it. Bread is probably not. If we want to be real serious about health, we're probably not going to eat bread. But if you're going to have a sandwich, throw some, random, like, you chop up a bunch of different greens, stuff that you wouldn't think of as like a lettuce on a sandwich. You know what I mean? Lettuce is so plain. There's just nothing. There's nothing nutritious about lettuce, and so why not? Why shouldn't we have like these little pile, like a little salad of greens, a little, mix of medicinal and herbal blend, of goodies. Superfood, right, Adam? That's what I'm saying. Hells yeah, the microgreens are superfood. So here's my broccoli head that I thought was going to get bigger. It's only about the size of a baseball, but it's already broccoli. I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's already broccoli. The thing's broccoli away. And so I've been chopping off little bits of it as they grow up a little bit taller, or like they sprout above the rest of the head of broccoli, and cutting off that, putting that with the other greens like I was talking about, or like in a salad. I cooked a roast with some veggies and I threw a bunch of my greens into that mix, stuff like that. Anytime you can, soup, you can throw this stuff into soup, like anything you can add, like little bits of greens, kind of like these. I'm so obsessed with these green onions. I can't get them to grow more because I keep eating them too fast. But right now I have a whole bunch growing. I actually have some previous ones that are kind of coming back. They didn't fully die off, and I kind of left them alone. I gave them more water. They're getting extra water, and it's coming back. So I don't know what's really happening there. I don't know what these do. I don't think they make seeds. I know there's some onions do. I don't know what's going to happen if it grows underground. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to find out, though. That's the plan. We're going to find out. I need to just leave them alone. Stop chopping off little bits of them like a rabbit, and see what they do. I just want to see what they do. I could look it up, but I just want to see. There's actually a little radish down here too. This little radish popping up. Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody, it's me. I'm the friends of the onion. The juice is really good, Kenny. What juice? Broccoli juice, or juicing the greens? Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Vicky, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just can't leave them alone long enough to see what they do. But I do love them. Throw those in everything that I can. Oh, that was a short video. This is my sweet potato bin that's inside the table. It's kind of everything's vining away because there's no grow light down this way. It's kind of trying to get some light, but it's also been there for so long. They've been growing forever. I'm just gonna dig up whatever's left. Smashley, are you still in the house? Smashley's garden, everybody, go check her out. She sent me some purple potatoes that I can't wait to grow, and they're going to go in here, but I need to get all this stuff out of here first. And I need my new light. So I am, some of you might have seen a couple weeks ago, I had this is a smaller light. We're looking at a Burple right here. The light that's in this shot. It's a smaller light over the table. It's just a temporary replacement. But I had a kind LED light go out on me, and we're going to get I went down to Level Up Seed and Garden Supply. Shouts out to Level Up to get my warranty, because it's only been a couple years with that light. And so we're going to warranty it out, and we're going to replace it with a different light that we can, I guess, get customer support with a little bit easier. So, you know, that's the idea. But we're going to look at a different light, probably a Growers Republic. I have one already that I haven't put in for the other room. Anyway, my point is, I'm going to get more light over here for the new potatoes. See what happens there. Yes. Okay, so here you go. Yes, you remember in the beginning, it showed that pile of broccoli, like leftover, or the what do you call it? The scrap. I don't know. There's probably a better word for it. But when I chopped down the broccoli, I put it all in a pile over here. The pile of broccoli leaves and stalks and stuff. I was successfully able to bury all of it. Look at that. I buried it all. And, you know, I ended up watering the table for a while. Got several gallons of water in here using this hose. Yeah, you're here. All right, cool. Hey, you know, Smash, I don't know if you're busy, but you're welcome up here if you like. We're just going to talk plants and such. I'm going to do the session on the after show. Everyone's welcome on that as well. But that one we can play all kinds of good tunes, and any kind of, you know, we can watch stuff and things. I'm thinking about doing a watch party tonight just for fun, but not like an official watch party. I'm going to try to find I'm going to work on a thing. We'll just leave it at that. But the official watch party, when I do one, is going to be whatever movie that I do a review for the next day. So I'm going to do a Monday night watch party coming up sometime shortly, maybe next week, I don't know. And yeah, and then for Tuesday's show, we'll do like a little review of the movie. But that part will be fun. With chopped broccoli, Kenny, juicing with chopped broccoli. Well, this is sort of chopped broccoli, but it was not like broccoli heads, you know. But I was proud that I got it all buried in there. So here's the broccoli head. That's like the last. There's a couple more plants that are going to make a head. This one back here is. There's two small ones that are still working on growing. They were blocked off pretty good by the other big ones. This one actually I already cut the head off that one. It grows more, as you can see. It grows these like sort of just wanting to make seeds. It's trying to make little seed shoots. You got some more radish growing down underneath here. All right, so here's a picture of underneath the Jezebel. I'm gonna trim all this up. I'm gonna lollipop her pretty good. Not fully, I guess, but I'm gonna trim up the first foot or so at least. Look I got all these peppers growing back again. The pepper plants just started kicking back in and doing their thing. That's my mint right there, and you're coming. All right. What did I pick? I picked spicy brown mustard seeds to grow from StuartMicrogreens.net. Shouts out to Stuart Microgreens. So here's a little pump that I added. And of course, when you have an open aquarium like this, the water splashing from the gravity-fed system that I have. Now, see, I might have to redesign all of this. Well, first of all, I know I have to redesign all of this. I just have been putting it off. but you can see all that residue and stuff. It's not that it splashes like obviously a lot, but it does splash enough that that's what you're seeing all over everything. And it could be from hard water, but that water, the water that goes into that is from an RO system. So it's an interesting, situation. It's an interesting problem that has come up that I haven't really thought of a solution for. I think the next system will have maybe, so I have an air stone. It's adding oxygen into the system up top. So I don't need the gravity, the water to drop like that anymore. So what I had is I had it set up to where the water would get oxygen from dropping in the air. So you guys can see right now the water level is so high that this doesn't actually have any room to drop in the air. But this one over here does drop a couple of inches, and that actually oxygenates the water. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I could do it in a different way. Obviously, bigger design to get more oxygen. But instead, I bought an oxygen stone, or air rock, or whatever, air stone. And, it helped a lot. It boosts the oxygen level, and everything in there is happy. The plants, the fish. So that's one thing I can probably cut out or do differently next time. Not have the splashing. Just have water, come all the way down into the tank. But the fish also will splash a little bit. I mean, there's other things happening, but I would like to be able to cover it up altogether. That's another thing. I could cover it up now that I have this new pump. So the pump that we're looking at here up front, that I was dipping my hand in there by hand, scooping water out of this. Hey, what's up, Alan? I had to scoop water out of this by hand, and so I couldn't put a cover on the top. But now I can put a cover on it somehow. I just need to make sure I can put a light in the cover and such. Yeah, this is a reality of all this growing indoors. There's buildup. There's buildup. It starts to get gross, and it's got to be cleanup. But some of the gross is good. Some of the gross is good. Look at this right here. You see this? What looks like dirt or something? That's worm castings, because there are so many worms in this system. If I dig down in there, there's a ton of worms in here, which is awesome. That's actually a great thing. I can actually dig a bunch of them out and put them in whatever. Put them in my other plants. Put them in my grow table, which I already have worms in the grow table. But it's just a good to know that there's a place where they're thriving. Cullen, what's up, man? I can see comments now. I couldn't see comments earlier on the VR headset when you guys were popping through. All I could see was Timothy commenting. Yeah, MetaQuest needs to get the comments right. Yeah, these are clay pebbles, and that's the basil pot right there. What I need to do is take out a bunch of these clay pebbles, probably put them in the grow table, and then put in some new pebbles. Here's Phyllis. There's old Phyllis. Phyllis had almost died, but this one leaf is still pretty healthy. That's like sulfur and stuff on the leaf, but this last leaf is still pretty healthy. I left her alone. She had too much water. There was too much water. It was new soil, too much nutrients, and two of the three leaves died off. So she went from starting to grow more leaves to almost dying. It's the only house plant that I have, and I'm really hoping to keep her alive. I really hope to keep her alive. Poor girl. So I might actually need to give her a little bit of water, or at least check the soil now to see if it's pretty dry. Give her just a teeny drink. I guess they don't need very much. The houseplants really don't need very much. the different angle of the table there. I've got some space now to work with, but I've been burying more scraps, kitchen scraps and other trimmings from different things. So once I've got everything buried, then I can start worrying about what I'm going to grow. Yeah, the lighting in there is so different now with the purple, blue and red light. So Jezebel, she's looking great. I need to do some trimming, a little bit of middle trimming, lower branches, of course. Hey,
What's up?
Ashley, what's up? Oh,
How you
just
been?
showing my dirty fish tank off,
Feel that?
And
I just clean the filter on mine.
what do you do with that? Are you able to like
I
rinse
probably
it?
should use it, but I never do. I always just rinse it down the drain.
You could get like a 5-gallon bucket of water, and just like
Yeah.
dunk it in there, and then take that water. Be good stuff.
Yeah, I need to. Maybe I'll work on that this summer.
That might be kind of messy though. I'm trying to think of the best way.
It'd be so stinky too.
Yeah, I mean, my fish tank doesn't smell, but I also don't have to drudge up the anything. It's all doing its own thing in there. I don't have to. The idea is that you need the microbial action. Microbial bacteria is what's converting that waste. And in a regular fish tank that's for just for fun, like you guys have, it has to have that filtration system, because you don't have, theoretically, there's nowhere in your tank that is meant for the bacteria to propagate or to colonize.
Right.
You're set that the filter is that place, and then that's when you take it all out and rinse it out. And so for me, like that table with the plants in it is not just plants, because if I could have plants in just water, like in like a floating bed, but then there still wouldn't be a place for the bacteria to propagate. And so I went with a clay pebble bed. That's why the clay pebbles are in the one grow bed that I was showing just a few minutes ago with the worm castings and stuff. Mm-hmm. Clay pebbles is meant to be a good place for those microbial bacteria to colonize. Mm-hmm. They got to have a lot of surface area. Yeah, there's got to be a place with a lot of surface area. There's a few different materials people use for it, but I could also make a separate filter system that's just for them to grow in, but not be right in with the plants. I've seen some bigger systems like that. Here's my new grow light. Well, I've had it for quite a while. I just haven't put it up yet. Growers Republic, the E3400. That baby's got 10 bars.
Damn.
10 bars. But this room's pretty good size, so it's going to be most of the room, but it'll be enough of the room. Let's put it that way. There won't be like a need for any more light in this area. But I also have this tarp, which is a panda film. This panda film, I cut a piece of it, and it's about the size of this ceiling here. I could, for the longest time, I couldn't figure out how I was going to put it up, but then I found some double-sided foam, I don't know what, anchor tape, I guess maybe is the right term, but it's double-sided tape that's made with foam, and it's like extreme weight. There's a regular version, then there's like a higher weight version. And so I'm gonna just stick it up to the rafters. I have to do that first before I can put the light up, because I'm gonna put the light up underneath the panda film. I'm gonna drill holes and hang hooks and stuff. So I've got a plan. I ordered the materials, so I'm getting the tape coming in soon.
You
Gotta,
putting boards up, or like the foam boards or whatever?
no, not on the ceiling there, because the ceiling, because the living room is above that, and the heat and stuff upstairs is going to
Right.
maintain that down there. The only reason you'd put the foam boards up is maybe on the walls or somewhere that you want to insulate a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I could do that, but I'm not so worried about it. If I have to get like a little space heater, I will. But I've already flowered here in this area without even doing all this work. So I know that it's a place that I can flower in. Now, to your point, maybe those walls are a little colder than I like, so I could maybe do that. Get some of that shiny, the pink, those pink boards. The insulation boards. What's up, Dominic? Thanks.
Only
What's
if
up,
it's
Macy?
needed, I suppose. Is it cold in your basement?
It can be fairly cold down here. Yeah. I do have a couple of vents down here, but I've come to the conclusion recently that I think it's a little colder down here than I'd like, because especially at nighttime when I don't need it that warm upstairs, it's going to be even colder down here because I turn it down.
Right.
A little space heater might go a long way.
Might be. What's up, Macy?
Macy buds. So yeah, I'm gonna put some on the floor. I might either paint the walls or put panda film up on the walls.
Painted all your green screen color. You can make it look like a jungle when you're live.
That'd be crazy. I could just hang green screens.
That'd be
temporarily.
funny.
Yeah, I could. I got enough green screen now that I could do something like that. Look like I'm hacking through the jungle. I'm here talking to the camera, but I'm not even playing the audio. I'm gonna put a wall in this area. I gotta find a way to put a wall there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna seal it in as much as I once hoped that I would, but it's gonna be at least kind of three quarters of the way sealed
Yeah,
in.
I feel like if it's at least good enough sealed, you can still control it to an extent. The environment, I mean.
Right. So I had to unbury this container because got a bunch of grow lights in here.
Those are the totes I keep buying to slowly move to the storage unit as I
Yeah,
fill them up.
They go on sale sometimes at different
Yeah, they're
places.
like
They're
$9
"Oh,
for a
shit."
27-gallon one.
Yeah, they're really nice. I cut holes in one of them, and that's my potato bin.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff all over the diatomaceous earth and sulfur all over the place. The white powder that you see. What's up?
That picture on top, was that part of like your game night thing?
That was one of the first homemade game nights. Let me go back a little bit. That was the second. That was the second one actually. Leaf Cycle Lounge Lodge, I called it. The first one was behind it, but before that, we played with actual like kids games, and then I started drawing them, and eventually started making them on Canva. Yeah, I should have put these lights up a long time ago. I just decided to do it finally. I've got plenty of room for microgreens to grow here. Like count it. I mean, I can do like probably two trays per shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 shelves. So that's 18 trays of microgreens.
Hell yeah.
That's not nothing. What's up, Taz?
Have you ever reached out to like anybody that would want to like buy from it? You? Or not yet?
It's the same. I actually have a whole plan for that I've been working. I've already been doing for quite a while, because you may know the Indoor Farmer Reviews on Tuesday nights. That show is it allows me to get out to a bunch of different kinds of events, but also allows me to go to local small restaurants, do reviews for them, and I can go back to a lot of these restaurants that I've already talked to and done a show for and tagged them in the show and all that. Go back to them and just give them a sample, and they will be happy to try it.
Oh yeah.
You know, you basically can't really. I mean, you might be able to, but for the most part, you don't start off with paying customers. It's more like, here, give this a try. So, but I do have kind of established rapport with some restaurants locally. So,
Oh yeah. That's exciting.
yeah, I haven't talked to some of them for a while, but I'll have to go back to them. Here's a heating mat. I need to buy more of them. I was going to do a little test. So I bought one. I'm going to do 2 trays of microgreens side by side, the same thing, same seed. One on the heating mat, one not. And I want to see which one does better. I want to see if the heating mat, gives it a boost. If it really does, then...
Yeah, it seems to work for mine at least. I've only done it a few times, but...
Now, you do that when you're just trying to start seeds for outside, or have you tried
Not for outside. I've done it for all my indoor plants.
Okay. Oh, I see. For like all your cups before you put them in the tower. The shouts out to the tower garden. Okay.
Yeah.
The Shining brother, Kenny? What are you talking about? The brother in The Shining? No.
You shining, brother. I think you're saying you look good, brother. That's
Bling,
all.
bling. Oh, I see. I thought it said The Shining. I'm not sure. Like Stephen King, Kenny? Oh, man. You have the same dehumidifier, too? The same lights, the same dehum. I got that bad boy on sale. That thing is like a heavy-duty one. I forget what I got it on sale for, but it was like 50 or $100 off or something like that. You two floating in Mars. Be careful, Kenny. Don't forget your towel. I was going to say air tank, but I was like, hey, yeah, don't forget your towel. But yeah, there's plenty of room here. Now, the bottom shelves on each one of these, I'm not going to grow any microgreens just because grow them, like when they're down at foot level and stuff, it just, I don't know.
I've seen this video, and she had saved little sardine cans, and she did like mini version of microgreens and stacked the sardine cans like microgreen trays and grew little sardine can sized gardens. It was the cutest thing. I wanted to try it. But just like little broccoli sprouts or radish sprouts, something simple.
Yeah, it reminds me of I posted a picture a while back that it was like 4 different pictures of different dashboards where people like put like sand and dirt on the dashboard and grew like,
I think
plants.
I remember the cactus one. Like
they're like a little rock garden with cactus in there.
Right. Yeah, that would be painful in a crash.
Yeah, it was like every one of those, just not even in crash, just like a sudden, sudden slowdown when a car cuts you off or whatever.
True.
Boom, that's getting all over the window and all over you, and no thanks.
Maybe in one of the stationary cars that's just sitting in your yard.
Yeah, right. It's like, well, one of them 6 cars I got in the driveway on the lot. We used to have a bunch of extra cars, like, because we had this long ass driveway, and we had
I
a
never
bunch
understood
of kids.
that. Like, I mean, I get it to an extent, like if you're saving them for parts, but
Yeah, well,
cars, like I think it's time to let go of some of those.
Yeah, that's you're one of those guys that has some knowledge on how to fix a car. Like I'm not one of those guys necessarily. I got a tiny bit of knowledge on cars, but I worked at an auto shop for a few years. But look at me, look how fast I am. Zip, zip, zip,
Purple.
zip, 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 zip. Yeah, that's just the one rack though. The rest of these are all going to be white.
Okay.
So I hope it's like the uniformity is lacking. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be a big deal.
You should put purple in the middle. Give it some balance.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna grow something different in that very last tower than
There
I
you
would
go.
in these two. So I still have two more lights, but I could not find the clip things that go with them. Damn it! I ran out of the cords too, but I think I have another type of cord that has a switch in it already. I don't know. That's what happens when you leave a bunch of stuff like mixed up in a bin of electronics. I'm gonna have to go through it and see if I can find the rest of it. But yeah, I got. Oh yeah, and then I took a picture, but then I needed to take a second picture because I forgot to hook up this one.
Mm.
It's kind of annoying the way it works, but it's plugged in down here at the bottom. They go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then it goes into this one back here. And I can't go from this one to this one because then I have to go from here all the way over here. So instead, I'm left with going like daisy chaining these all the way across and down, and then back up, and then back over. If that makes
Hey,
any
whatever
sense.
works.
Yeah, like I don't even know if that. Geez, it's like confusing me. Yeah, here's the second picture, which you can't even tell, but now that light is on.
Yeah.
You can't even see it because it's got the guard on there. You see this like little mini greenhouse?
Yeah.
It's
What's
good
that
for
for?
starting seeds.
There
It's
you
good for a
go.
little seed starter spot.
Do you have like a little garden outside,
A daisy chain, all the
like in your
lights and
yard, or
everything.
do you have like yard space for a little garden?
Oh wow. I don't really have much room in the outside for garden. I actually thought about putting an herb garden in my front yard.
There you go.
I steer away from it because I thought like cities don't want you to have food growing in the front yard. But I've had a couple other people on my street doing that, so I'm like, you know what, fuck it.
Do you have like
So
a HOA or something like that?
no,
Oh, then you should be good.
your boom room, tiny plastic covering rack. Yeah, so you put boomers in those. Okay, that kind of makes sense too. I got it just for I don't know. I forget why I bought it. I thought it was taller. It's not quite the same as the other racks. Thought, oh yeah, it's gonna be like my own little greenhouse, you know. So I got plenty. I got more airflow in there than I had last time I did this, and I have a dehumidifier. Last time I got a little powdery mildew in my trays, and I was sitting there fighting them with peroxide and stuff. But the big ass broccoli plants that you see me talking about now in my table are from those grows in this tray in that first tower there. So they're still growing broccoli from like a year ago. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
When you have a controlled environment and there's no season for the plants to be dead in, it's kind of weird. It's like they don't really know what to do. I think it kind of stresses them when they're just growing forever, you know.
Probably.
Like, even in locations that have nice weather, they have seasonal changes enough that plants go through their shift. There you go.
Poor plant
Rip.
never made it.
Yep. Rip.
I lost
Little.
one of mine too. I just threw it out. It looks like a dried up pom pom.
Oh wow. Well, that one just stopped taking up water. It just sort of drooped one day, and it was
Yeah.
it took like 2 days, and it died. And look at the other one. It's just living life. Loving life. And so I took that soil. I'm like, that soil got barely any of that soil got used. Now here's what's cool though is I put a worm in here from the aquaponics bin or system, and I dug through this pile and it was kind of wet soil still, and I found several worms. So that's kind of a good thing. I got more worms in this corner of the grow table because you can see my mouse, I think, right? Yeah. So this back corner, the back right corner from this angle is where most of the worms are, or at least were. I'm sure they've moved around a little bit, but I just put a ton of scrap waste over here in this corner. So I'm really happy to know that there's an introduction of new worms over here, you know. And so the bottom of my grow pots, I had a bunch of cannabis. What do you call it? Stems. You see that pile of stems there? So I'm taking all that off, and then I rebury it all
Nice.
So I want to make sure that all the scraps are buried under the soil, and I got a bunch of roly-polies and worms all through there. So it's a good old time. It's a good time inside there. Of course, the particulates in the air aren't great, but what do you think about that? Do you have you don't have a lot of soil, I guess, yet, do you? You're not using soil?
Not yet. I will outdoors.
Yeah.
But I will actually, so the new place that I'm going to, we'll have to go get, probably, I don't know if we'll get bulk dirt or just the bags of dirt, but I'm going to have to look into, the best kind to get. Because normally I just use my own and put chicken shit in it, but I'm getting rid of everything.
Oh, you won't have chickens?
No, not for now at least.
Well, yeah, you'll be able to you'll get them back for sure.
Yeah. I want even more next time. I just sent you a couple pictures of my poor plant. It has new growth, but that's what mine looked like, and I just had to throw it away. But the pictures I sent you, those were the green new growth spots. But man, the plant looked dead before. I was so scared, but it's coming back to life.
Oh, you got it coming back? Okay.
Yeah. So the tower in the garage, it's really, really cold out there, and I forgot that I had a fish tank heater. So I put that in the basin, and it's doing a lot better now.
Yes, the water temperature is a big deal.
It was way too cold. So they were all shriveling up, but there's some new growth, so I'm holding out hope for them. I started off with 6 plants, and I only have 2 left.
Well, we can pull those up in just a second. This is the last bit.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. I didn't even know if you could or not, but.
Oh yeah, we will in a second.
They look pretty sad.
Yep, that was it for me, from my stuff. I was happy actually to see those worms. I was like, oh, good. I need those down here.
Yeah, yeah.
Good for
sign.
me. All right, let me find these pictures that you sent. Let's see what time is it. Just about an hour. Okay, cool. Yeah, the show's a little shorter now that I don't just hang out needlessly seshing. But we do.
I feel like that's good for replays, though.
Yes, that is the idea. I'm trying to streamline things, and we're gonna do the after shesh over there on locals. So I think it's worth it. Oh, that's weird to be the next picture. I flipped the wrong direction on the pictures, and it was a picture of myself and my poor Dookie boy, my dog that had passed away. How is that the last picture? That's wow. Okay, but we got some pictures from Ashley. Let's try this new option here, image find. I can go directly to an image inside StreamYard. There we go. Okay.
Look at that poor thing. There's some lime green new growth, though.
Hey, what's up, B. Hendricks on the YouTube? Cheers.
I really didn't think this one was going to make it. The other one I thought would have made it over this one, but it was vice versa. Yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty stressed. I mean, you're definitely gonna chop a lot of that off. You're gonna want to chop a lot of that back once you got some good leaves. Although you probably know this, I gotta sound like I know something.
Well, I mean, hey, this is a new plant that I'm still learning.
What's the strain?
This is the Angry Angie's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's angry. She was angry before.
Yeah, little bad hair day.
She is livid now. She is livid.
Livid Angie's.
Livid Angie's. Yeah. So let's see if I can. Sure, the next one in. Are they the same plant or 3 different plants?
This is the same plant that we just seen. It was just the bottom growth that I had seen.
It's funny that the green started popping from the bottom.
Yeah,
I bet you could almost
probably because it was that dead.
Right, you could almost just chop off right above that.
Right, I wonder.
Hope she comes back. Taz says, "Yeah, I think it is. I don't know."
Yeah, I mean, this is the newest growth within the last week, so it's slowly coming back.
And it's not like you need this to come back for commercial reasons. The thing that's cool about this is it's going to be a lesson. It's going to be information. It's going to be knowledge the whole way through, no matter if it ends up dying or not.
Yeah,
It's going to be something to pay
definitely.
attention to.
This
And
is
this
the
one-
bigger one. That looks a lot better.
This one's turned. I think I'm going to pull this up in a different way so I can turn it.
Like rotate it.
Yeah. It's not letting me the way
So the
that
new
this.
growth- oh yeah, that's a good idea. So trim it so that at least the new growth gets some light.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to do that
make a little
tomorrow.
space. Make a little space there. That makes
Mhm.
sense. Here's this it?
Yeah,
Wait, is that the first one?
Yeah, that's the first one. I only
Oh.
sent you 3, so I'm pretty sure we've seen them all.
There it is. This is the one I wanted to pull up. There we go. See, that one definitely has some
A lot
multiple.
better growth.
Yeah. But and you know what's funny, that it's crazy that it's still growing 5 leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would think it would like, because a lot of times they mutate when they're stressed and they only grow like 3 leaves or
Yeah.
less even.
Well, I definitely put these guys to the test.
That's interesting. Yeah, tiniest little 5 leaf down here. This one down here. Yeah, that's a good idea though, to trim out some of the, at least like I would even for this one specifically, I'd even leave these ones that are kind of purplish green.
Yeah,
just
just get the
kinda-
brown shit out of it.
Yeah, trim out all that stuff.
Yeah, I have to do that.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to look at. There's a couple of posts from We Grow Wednesday in the last week or so, or maybe 2 weeks, where I think Chris and some other people might have posted what they got growing on, and so we're looking for that on Wednesday. I try to do that on Wednesdays, where I suggest or challenge you to post something in the comments on the sort of advertisement post I make for the show, and I can then on the show I pull it up and pull it up on screen or whatever. But I forgot to do it, I think, last week, so I'm going to do that on this Wednesday. The dark leaves look like a combo of too much nitrogen and too cold.
It was definitely too cold.
The purple is a dead giveaway on the cold.
Yeah,
Unless it's already purple. People will do that to purposely try to get a little purple on their trim. Yeah. Now,
I need to do that more.
Well, you gotta be careful though. It's like,
I'm
turn
gonna
down
go put an ice bucket out in the summer just so I can have purple plant.
I wonder if that would work. Like you
I don't
just
know.
make
Feed it
the
with
ice
ice water?
like the room is fine, like a normal temperature. I think you have to. Yours are with water. It would be different. Yeah, you would just turn the water a different temperature. But if it was in soil you would just turn the room down.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's the cold air temps too, though, or is it just the root system?
Well, either way, it's fake. It's just for
Right.
It's not gonna give you any purple flavor. It's not gonna.
It tastes like purple.
Yeah. Well, I actually don't. I actually mean that for real. Like the purple flavor, which is like blueberry, or like when you get a true purple bud that you break open, it's just purple. I've had some before. It was just like blueberries, like
Oh yeah.
just.
It is pretty when it has more purple or
Yes,
pink.
says yes,
even.
it matters. It matters one or the other. Yeah. Cold air, just another stressor. Yeah. Well, the cold water definitely would be stressful too, and also help or possibly make it harder to uptake nutrients.
Maybe.
Must be in the genetics. You bring it out though. Yeah, good genetics. You can tell leaf cycle that you were able to bring her back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been through hell and back. Hell froze over.
Have you messed around with AI and gardening yet?
I haven't.
So, I actually have access to a gardening app or a website, Garden Savvy, and they have an AI inside there. I haven't really messed with it yet, but I have messed with Grok on X. X has has Grok 3 now, and I got to be honest, it's probably got more information than any like any AI that's just specifically for gardening. So it's hard to it's hard to. I might want to compare them, like one day, pull them both up and compare questions or whatever. But I'm gonna find out. Like, I want to know how long sweet potatoes take to harvest. How
Really
long?
long time.
Let's ask Brock. How long
Like-
do sweet potatoes
9 months.
take to harvest?
It's like a birth.
Right. Sweet potatoes typically take about 3 to 4 months,
Whatever.
depending on the variety and growing conditions. They're usually planted in the spring after the soil has warmed up, ideally above 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius, and harvested in the fall before the first frost. Harvest time can vary slightly.
I'm gonna
So
try
sweet
it.
potatoes are a summertime.
I always thought I couldn't even grow them here because it needs like a longer season.
I thought that they were a colder winter. Like, I thought most root vegetables I thought were a like fall.
Yeah, they can handle the cold a little better.
Yeah. I don't
Mama
know, this is just
Rochi.
about- Mama Rochi, hello. Come up and say hello. We've actually gone through all of the information for tonight. Going to be moving to the after shesh here in a minute, but if you want to pop up and say hello to us, you are welcome. And
Come
Taz,
on,
we need to
man.
have you come on sometime. Taz, don't you run a homestead? Sweet potatoes do better in warm climate. Yeah, okay. Not as
Yeah,
much
that's what I
success
was
in high altitude.
hearing.
Interesting. Yeah, and that's kind of that's backwards from other potatoes. I think a lot of other potatoes you grow all winter long, and yeah, sweet potatoes I think are a little softer too. So I threw them in. Okay, I had a roast, and I threw in the few potatoes that I harvested and a couple of sweet potatoes. I chopped them up, threw those in with all the other, the carrots and the other stuff. There's an onion in there. And the sweet potatoes did well. I was worried that it was going to be like too sweet,
Mhm.
but I forgot that usually that's coming from a can and with a bunch of marshmallows on top of it.
Right.
When you do,
Yeah.
you know,
Brown sugar.
like, but they do have a little sweetness to them naturally.
They do, yeah.
So, which is
But if you
kinda
add
cool.
salt and butter and pepper, they have a little bit of sweet flavor, but they taste good like a normal squash.
Hey, a Mama Rochi.
Mama Rochi.
Not much for a
Hi,
can.
guys.
How are ya?
Hello,
I'm sore, but I'm okay.
Oh yeah.
sore.
Hi, Waylon. Yeah, I took a nasty fall yesterday and
Oh,
ended
no.
up in the emergency room last night.
Oh no.
wow.
But I'm okay. I'm good. I'm just sore.
Man.
Yep, just sore.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Here, I was going to say
Yeah,
I'm sore
yeah, just-
from too much leg work today.
Yeah, that's me walking down
Yeah.
the stairs after my leg workouts. Feel like
Yeah.
noodles.
Yeah, we were
Wow.
walking to the store and Lily just took off running and she had 30 foot of leash and hit the end of the leash and I wasn't ready for it. And you see the videos where people go flying? That was me.
Yeah. Oh man. Man, that little
And-
dog took you out.
She took me out. She took me out bad.
Man.
The dog took Crystal out.
Oh wow! I have some trauma from that. I caused an old lady like some pain because she came by when I was putting my dogs into my car, and she walked down my road with her little dog, and it's a little like dead end road, like very few people come down there, and she comes down. Of course, my dogs want to go see her dog, which freaks her dog out because it's a little dog like Lily, and her dog wraps her up with the leash, and this lady falls face first on the pavement, no hands.
Ooh.
That
This
was
was
me.
the most traumatic situation that you can imagine. And then her dog gets away from her, and so she's worried about her dog. I'm getting my dogs into the house, and then I go and try and get her dog, who's also afraid of me. And the dog, I'm trying to like get behind the dog so the dog will go back towards her. And my neighbors came out to help, and it was this.
Man.
The lady ended up not like she refused for me to take her to the hospital, and all she would do is let me take her home.
Oh no,
she
I went by
actually
ambulance. I
Yeah.
went by ambulance.
Yeah.
We weren't worried about the fall, but it was I when I hit so hard that it kind of threw me into shock, and my blood pressure went up to
Yeah.
like really high, and I got dizzy, and I couldn't get up off the ground. So Matt called 911, and I ended up going to the hospital and spending the whole evening last night in the emergency room. But I'm
Dang.
okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm glad your face is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You're
No,
You're
I have a
beautiful,
couple. I have a couple. I have a
You
couple.
bruised your boobies.
I bruised my boobies. I have a couple fractured ribs, and some bruises, but I'm good.
the bruised booby. Case, it's the case of the bruised booby. It's about a bird.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Every time I laugh, it hurts. But he's
Sorry,
She
what's
said,
up?
"Don't make me
don't make me laugh.
Oh yeah, the bruises
But
can be
no, I'm
brutal.
okay. I'm okay. Yeah,
Damn.
I'm okay.
Well,
I'm
hey, at least
glad.
no
I
broken
think
bones.
the
It's a
worst
high
part
risk
of-
fest to go to.
Yeah, no, fractured ribs. I can handle a little bit of pain. You know, I'm old, but I'm bulletproof.
This lady has an abusive. You got an
You don't
abusive
bounce
dog.
very well."
He says I don't bounce very well.
You have an abusive dog. That little.
Oh, she was so freaked out because I left in an ambulance and she went home with dad,
Oh,
and
yeah. She's
she's
like, what
not
did
used.
you do?
And then dad left. So when I got home, it was like, oh, don't jump on me. Don't jump on me.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
dogs
no.
jumping on you, I think, are worse than big dogs.
They got like little spears for feet.
Right.
I forgot this
so-
one more thing I can do here is open this cocoa core, and I'm gonna plant some spicy brown mustard seeds.
Mm.
Oh,
You're going to have mustard
Nice.
greens?
right on.
Just the microgreen version. So I'm gonna grow this. I'm gonna fill
Yeah.
this tray here. So we're gonna try
Mustard
to-
greens are good.
and we already have some water right
Mustard.
here to water it in.
Yeah, I bought some at a
Now,
farmer's
mustard
market
greens-
last year.
Mustard greens are really good. I mean, if you're like,
Let them go to seed and make your own mustard.
yeah, you can let them go to seed and make your own mustard.
I
But if you like,
I did that once.
if you like spinach, if you like collard greens,
Be right back.
any
Listen.
of those kinds of foods. So mustard greens can be harvested like you would harvest collard greens, and you know you boil them, stew them, and season them, and they're delicious.
Hell yeah. So when you harvest,
I mean, I eat them.
You eat them.
I don't know about delicious is not one of the areas
I always thought the way my grandma made them was always the way my grandma made everything was good because she
I
threw
know,
lard
right?
and everything else in
grandmas always
it.
cook the best.
Right?
Lard, yeah. Well, why not? I mean, we're finding out that everything we've been taught about nutrition is being challenged now
Bullshit.
because you know
Right.
the pyramid and all that jazz. Like we found out,
Yeah.
what is it? The healthiest meal, they say, and Smashy might disagree with this, but they say that the healthiest meal that they kind of buried was ham and steak and eggs. Steak and eggs, they say, one of the healthiest meals of the American diet.
High
and they started
protein, yeah.
recognizing it.
Protein.
Protein is
Protein, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, eggs, I guess, have a bunch of things that
Oh,
you wouldn't just.
Speaking of that, we gotta take our Juice Plus gummies
Yeah, that's
for
right.
today.
Yeah,
We remind each other.
That's awesome.
definitely take. Go check out Juice Plus versus
Yeah.
like some random ass multivitamin.
Yeah, no, there is no versus.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is the best.
Well, people think they're all.
They're delicious. You know what? I like the vegetable ones.
Yeah, I like everything together. I think the veggie ones were the hardest.
how
ones
we've been
to use
taking
too,
them.
but yeah, if you have it all together, you don't even taste it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the vegetable one. It's
Yeah.
a different taste, but it's not bad.
Broccoli.
It's just different. Just
What's up,
different.
Grandma cooked them with the ham hocks. Ooh, ham hocks. Okay.
Yeah, mustard greens are good with like I said, a little bit of bacon grease. I know people gripe about bacon grease, but my mom and my grandma cooked everything with bacon grease.
My dad always did too. I'm not a huge fan of bacon grease flavor.
I do.
I think
I'll cook
Maybe like a
like
tiny
steak.
bit, but if I taste the bacon flavor, I don't.
Can't
like
remember if
that.
I should water it in or if I should water this before I put the seeds in. No.
So when you
What are you
harvest
using cocoa for?
microgreens and you
Yeah.
cut the tops off, can you grow more, or do you have to start a whole new
I got
tray?
like 2 bags of cocoa pour out in the garage.
You start a whole new tray, as far as I know.
We always soaked our cocoa core.
Yeah, I should, but I'm also going to spray it twice because I got to go grab my sprayer. But I'm going to a little trick I was taught was to you water it in with just plain water, but I'm actually using the water from the fish tank. I guess it'll be fine. But then you spray, do a little spray with water mixed with hydrogen peroxide, because that will help to
oxygenate the soil. Yeah.
it helps to deter any mold as well.
Yeah.
Have you tried apple cider vinegar or vinegar instead?
Possibly.
I would try that because when I had powdery mildew, even on my plants, that got rid of it like in a week.
Yeah.
I've never used
That's
peroxide,
so
so I'm not sure how that works. If it works the same.
Huh?
So I have smoke from Carly too much. Right.
Yeah. It's been a stressful couple of days.
Yeah.
He said he smoked too much today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, cigarettes.
Cigarettes,
Never.
not weed.
Oh,
Cigarettes.
brother.
Cigarettes, not weed.
Brother, I pray that you can get away from it, because my mother.
He's slowed down a lot, but
You don't
it's
want to be
just been a
tethered to
stressful
oxygen
few
machine.
days. Yeah.
That's true. No, I hear that. I know it's
You guys
kind
have
of
any
a,
red raspberry bushes?
We have black raspberries.
Well, if you had red raspberry, you can dry those leaves and smoke it, and it would help him with the nicotine withdrawal.
I'll
Did
be
you hear
right back.
that?
I gotta grab my sprayer.
I thought we had one red raspberry.
Yeah, I think I have one raspberry. They're all mixed in, black and red.
Black and red, yeah.
Well, hey, this summer, find which one's the red one and take a couple branches to dry them out.
Yeah, I'll do that.
He'll do that.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
do that.
I
Yeah.
might as well smoke something new.
Yeah, we have
Right?
red and black raspberries over on that side, and then we have because I make jam out of the raspberries and the mulberries
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, because
That's
the
why I passed out
mulberry.
at the ladies' coffee time camping place. Macy, like a month or two later, she's like, "Hey, I finally opened that jar of jam." She's like, "That's the best shit I ever had."
But I mix my mulberries from the tree with my raspberry, and it takes away some of the tartness.
I love that.
And
I love
makes
fresh
it sweeter.
jam. It's the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, we want to plant. What are we planting fruit-wise this year?
We're planting 2 cherry trees. this
2
year.
cherry trees this year. We planted 2 plums last year.
Every time we
2
get cherries from the
cherries.
store. Go ahead, Matt.
I would like to put out a gooseberry bush and some blueberries.
A gooseberry bush and some
I have
blueberries.
not been successful with blueberries. I tried.
I'd like to find out how to grow elderberries.
Oh yeah, I got an elderberry bush.
Oh yeah,
Really?
we used to have elderberries in Crawfordsville. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gooseberries, what's the one? Is that the one we planted already and didn't have luck with?
No, the animals keep eating it.
Keep eating it, yeah.
I planted like
Yeah.
3 gooseberry bushes, and the rabbits eat every one of them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This just in, breaking news. You definitely want to water first. I'm just saying.
They're probably.
Are they floating up?
They're just like getting
A
all
spray bottle.
clumped together. They're just clumping together everywhere.
Get a spray bottle full of water and do
What's
that.
that?
That's it.
Well, I have this here for the.
He
for
didn't
the,
water his cocoa core first. He was spritzing
here.
it.
There you go.
for
That
the
might
well,
work.
this is with what I was going to do anyway with the peroxide, but this will just have to do to water it all. It's a full bottle of it. It'll be fine. So I'm experimenting with more seeds this time. Last time grew microgreens. I grew 4 different things, and I don't think I had enough seeds in any of the trays, because when you see them grow, it doesn't grow like a big thick thing of grass like you see on every freaking commercial. All the professionals. Oh, this just took me 5 minutes to learn, and it's like boom, and it looks just like a perfect carpet of green.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how they did that, because I just used almost this entire package, which I can now put some more in, I guess.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that grow microgreens for their chickens
Yeah.
I've done that a few times.
because you can just peel them out and tear them into clumps, and the chickens love them, and they're great for your chickens.
Yeah, and the chickens really will like almost any chicken or kitchen scraps too, like meat or
they're like
meat or
garbage
veggies.
disposals.
And that's what's cool about them. Yeah, or like goats and stuff.
Right.
I don't like goats.
Do you stack
You
your
don't like
trays?
goats or chickens.
I don't like goats or chickens.
I'm gonna stack the tray on top of it. Yeah.
I want the goats that faint.
That's what my neighbor has, but they don't faint like you see them faint. Like it takes a lot to make them faint, but
Like scaring them and shit.
That scare the shit out of them. I guess.
they will eat everything under the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Man.
his goats come over here and ate our garden, so I haven't planted a garden in 2 years because of his goats.
Man. Yeah, that's why I had to put fences around mine, because my ducks and chickens
Oh,
are
no.
eating everything.
I had a fence around it.
They hop right over. Yeah, they hop right over. Shit. Maybe I won't do goats. I always think they're funny to watch, though.
They are
And I've
funny.
like milked a goat. Like I milked a goat before. It's fun. Like you can do so much stuff with goat's milk.
Yeah, you
Is
can.
it the same like udder situation? They
Yeah.
got like extra
Yeah.
udders, less udders, only one udder. What's going on with the goat
Yeah,
udders?
I think they only have 2 or 4. I don't know.
Udders have 4 or 6. Goats have 4 or 6. Yeah, they're
Goats-
like,
Goats have 6?
yeah, they're kind of like dogs. Have you seen a dog's boobs? I mean, I know you have, but they have more
Yeah,
than.
that's not what a goat looks like. When I milked it, it has
What, has, like,
udder like a
8?
cow.
Yeah, but like more
Are
than
you sure you
more than
wasn't a
2.
it was a female
Oh yeah,
goat,
more than
right?
2. But I mean, like it's not like you can milk from these over here and then these up here. Like
Make
a
sure it's a
dog.
female goat.
Yeah, if it only had one, Ashley, that might have been a problem.
Yeah, or maybe I wasn't drinking milk.
Yeah, nobody ever got a raised milk in a bowl.
That's bad.
That's terrible.
Oh, that is bad. Stop.
Yeah, I was supposed to make you laugh. I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to be making me laugh. It hurts. It hurts right here when I laugh.
Wrong crowd to hang
yeah.
around if you don't want to laugh.
Oh man, you should.
Right? Yeah, I know.
We'll just
I
have to
know,
be
right?
sad.
Well, I made him end our show like 10 minutes early tonight because I was sitting up in that chair and it was killing me. Now I've got a pillow under
yeah.
me right here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. Do I cover the tray right away? Right? Like I just put
Yeah.
another tray on top of it,
Mhm.
and then I wait for it to grow up a little bit, and then put some weight on it. Right? I wait for it to pop a little bit, then put some weight.
But weight? What are you putting weight
Yeah.
on it for?
Some people will put weight on them.
I don't think you
Because-
need weight because the weight of the tray would be enough, right?
Yeah, you don't need
No.
weight.
You can see people do it, and I'm not saying maybe it's bro science, but what they do is they'll put a little weight, even up to like a brick, on top of the top tray, because the more weight, the stronger those seeds, the little sprouts will get. When they,
Have to work to come out. Yeah. Yeah, but I
And
don't
it'll
think you
really-
need to
it'll
put
push
any
that
weight.
whole
I think
tray
that
Oh, okay.
people do though. I'm not sure.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure
about
what the
that.
percentage of.
I don't know. To me, it would be like putting a
Find
piece of cardboard on it or something. You smother it. I mean, I know it's. I don't think it would. I don't think it would make microgreens any stronger. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, try one with and
Yeah,
without.
try one with and one
Yeah.
without, or do it on half.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just going to show you what Daddy Google says real quick. Just to give you an idea of what I've heard anyway. So
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, people put weight on top of microgreen trays to help with germination and growth. The weight helps trap humidity, press seeds into the growing
Oh,
medium,
okay.
and create resistance for the seeds to push against. This can lead to stronger stems and more even germination. Now,
Right?
And yeah, do it.
Try and see
well,
what happens.
what's that, Matt?
Oh, I said try it and see what happens.
Yeah, well, I did last time, but the problem is I'm too impatient with it, and I open the tray, and if you open the tray, like just now, I made all these seeds wet on the top of that tray, and then I put another tray on top of that. So what do you think happens if I was to lift that tray up? There'd be a
They
whole bunch
stick
of
to the bottom of it.
a bunch of seeds stuck to the bottom. So now after I did that, I think what I was supposed to do is wait a day or so until like they start to sprout. But anyway, it's going to be fine. I'm just going to leave it on there longer this time and not keep checking it every 2 days. But
What's the germination time on those seeds?
Like 3 to 5 days, I know.
Yeah, it's only a few days.
Mustard green?
They're usually 10 days to 2 weeks at max for most microgreens to be fully ready to harvest. So they can be really a quick turnaround. This says how much weight to use. The amount of weight needed depends on the type of microgreen and the seeds. For example, sunflowers and pea microgreens, which are bigger seeds,
Would need more weight, right?
they need 15 pounds of weight. 15 pounds.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I think that's
Wow.
because the seed is so much stronger, right?
Right. Well, but it says while amaranth microgreens may only need an empty tray, so it does depend on. And a common weight used in a household is a household brick, which weighs around 2 to 3 kilograms. Landscaping pavers can also be used. Benefits of adding weight: seed shell removal. Okay, so it kind of helps push the
Taproot in.
shell out. Yeah. The weight helps seedlings push against the removal of the shell. Okay, stronger stems. Yep, that's what I thought. And then even germination, so everything comes at the same time. Okay, that makes sense because if it's open, then some might sprout faster than others. But this way will make them all kind of stay about the same. It's cool.
So now,
So
maybe
how
that's
evenly
why they
did
get
you-
the
how-
perfect little beds?
How evenly did you spread your seeds, and did you pick some after you poured the water on them and they pooled?
Poured more seeds in, so I just spread it out. I just put more in. I just kind of it's covered. It's good. Should be good. I think it was pretty good because when I poured water in earlier, I poured just like a little trickle at a time, but I noticed right away that it wasn't gonna be good, so I didn't do a lot.
Right.
The tray should be kept stacked until most of the seeds have sprouted and the plants between 1.25 and 1 inch tall. Okay, so I gotta just leave it alone.
So don't
No
touch them,
light.
Waylon.
Yeah,
Don't touch
that's
them.
the hardest part.
And no light too. Like I think that was a mistake I made last time. Like, oh, they need light. Like, no, they don't need light yet. They don't need light until they sprout. That would be so hard not to look. Yeah, that's the problem. And also to water them, you want to water underneath. Water the like bottom water. Underneath. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's good there.
Oh yeah.
Well, all right, everybody. About an hour and a half. I'm going to move over to the after sesh so I can have a smoke in my privacy of my locals community. You're both welcome. I can send you a link if you want.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I do now on a few nights of the week. Whenever it's just me, I usually try to keep it to the after show privacy. You can listen to some Jelly Roll or watch Kill Tony or whatever right there in the privacy of the indoorfarmer.locals.com community.
I am a member of the indoor farmers locals.com community.
Come and watch then. You haven't.
You had to say it all.
There you go. Yeah, that's the commercial. Like, what? You mean the indoorfarmer.locals.com community?
Yeah, I'm a part of the indoor farmer. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
Nice chat.
you guys gotta stop.
Well, I am ready for a dab, that's for sure. But hey, thanks again, everybody. Thanks, ladies, for hanging out. If you want to come over there, you're welcome. I am going to be doing some watch parties on the local sometime soon. I think we're going to watch the Captain America movie. And, you know, whether it's good or bad, we're going to do a watch party on there and do a review for it the next day, probably in next coming weeks, coming soon. There was a movie I was going to watch tonight. I haven't decided whether we're going to mess with it, but it's called Love Hurts. Have either of you seen this advertised?
Love hurts.
Yeah.
Who's in it?
Well, I forget it's hard to say his name, an Asian man. And he's like a car salesman, just a regular guy, kind of a nerdy guy.
It's kind of
And
like a
then,
Jackie Chan movie.
Yes, and he's like he
Yeah.
finds out he's like an assassin, but he doesn't. He was like completely forgotten. I don't know what happens. Amnesia. I don't know what the story is yet, but he basically flips a switch and he's back to assassin mode, and he starts whooping some ass, and then it's a good one.
It looks like a good movie.
It does. It looks actually
It
well
looks like a
done.
good movie.
His ex girlfriend or ex wife or somebody comes
I
after
can't
him.
see where you are.
I see him. He's got it
What's
perfectly in the what am I saying? Scene in the shot. He's in the shot.
I can't see if I got him in the shot or not.
Yep.
You
I
do.
am.
You do.
Thank
You're
you.
good.
He's like, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's
well,
enough. You know,
he had to wait till he had like something to say. You know, like something
right?
to do there. That's all right. We're gonna get out of here, but you guys have a good night. Coming back tomorrow night, I have a special guest from St. Cody's Sustainables, and she's gonna be on for us to talk about her organic laundry detergent that I used for the first time today. And I'm also gonna be showing off a bunch of pictures from a place called the Winks House, which is a place where she sells some of her products, and also like a whole a few dozen other vendors are in this building. So we're gonna probably another 100 pictures to show off tomorrow. So it's gonna be a big show on tomorrow's Indoor Farmer Reviews, 8:30 Central Time on Tuesdays. Let me shut the music off, and of course go and check out these lovely ladies on Fridays and other such days like just not Mondays or Thursdays. You got to come see me on Mondays or Thursdays.
I came to your show after my show.
You did. Well, you got comfortable. Now you're ready to be back on camera. Although after this, you're going to be like, shit, I shouldn't have laughed so much.
I will. I'll be saying that when I go to bed.
Well, maybe Matt will slip you a nice like CBD gummy or two and might help you out. Seriously, though, that CBD will help that bruising.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Inflammation. Yep.
I talked about that. I don't take it because of the reactions I've had, with THC, but I seriously thought about trying it just to see if it would help.
Or the topical CBD pain cream.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
hope you feel better soon.
All right. I love you guys. I'm going to jump off.
Love you.
Good night.
Well.
See ya. Smashley, thanks for hanging out. You're welcome to pop over, though. We're going to have a little smoke, at least for a minute. But you guys, hit the like button if you haven't yet. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Remember, it's all fun and games, but everybody's got to eat.
Maybe not.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer. Check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Waylon the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro setup, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Waylon